lousy ones drop out and then they win the Melbourne Cup. It's that simple.
Gee, that's cleared it all up for me. Well, it's cleared up my acne anyway.
But of course, not everybody's going to be watching the Melbourne Cup. They're going to be too busy noshing on. My wife, Tammy Whittle, has prepared this special report. Over to you, Tammy.
Thank you, Slim. How do you like the hat? It's the Godfather. Well, here I am at Breakfast with the Stars, where every year people spend a fortune on feeding their faces and dulling their brains for the Melbourne Cup. Ooh, ooh. What a waste. Pate, truffles, caviar, which is French for codswallop, and quail. There's more meat in a pie, for God's sake. How could anyone eat you, Anthony? See, all the celebrities are here for the Cup. Anthony Quayle. And as usual, they'll all be getting drunk on expensive French champagne. Really, what is wrong with our Australian rubbish? Why spend top dollar on a bottle of Brut when you can have just as much fun with a $2 bottle of Spumante and a plastic cup? This is a life. Well, now that we've lined our stomachs, what are we going to eat? Mutton dressed up as lamb or chicken? Now, you might prefer yours thawed, but I find a frozen one goes a lot further. Oh, sorry, Susan. Yeah, I'll pay for it. Money, 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 money. The dollar is so inflated. I said dollar. Well, punters, it's in your hands. For God's sake, don't waste valuable betting money just so your friends can stuff their faces at your expense. Think of the poor, starving bookmakers. They've got families too. My geez, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. How's it coming along, Slim?
Yeah, ready in 5, Tammy.
This is Tammy Whittle and Punter to Punter at Breakfast with the Stars.
Thank you very much, Tammy. Thank you. Number 5 in the Melbourne Cup is Late Show, a 5-year-old gelding, the winner of the Canterbury Cup and the second division of the Hawkesbury Maiden. Carrying 52 kilos. He's up 2.5 on that. Do you think he can carry the extra weight in the Melbourne Cup, Dr. Turf?
Well, I think going on his Sydney Cup when he could, Slim, yeah.
Did he win the Sydney Cup?
Yes.
When?
In April.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't know. I mean, that's 6 months ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be understood.
Got the attention span of an earwig, Slim.
Thank you, Dr. Turf, one of nature's most intelligent insects.
It's like talking to a cabbage, isn't it? Yes, well, I think it's got some sort of show, late show. I suppose it's got a late show. But, you know, I was talking to the Minister for Youth, Sport and Recreation the other day, and I said to him, why don't you give all the losing bets to a charity, say to Ethiopia or something?
That's very charitable of you, Connie.
Oh, yes, I do like charity. Although I like to remain anonymous when I do donate to charity. That's why I don't sign my cheques. But I think it's got a big show, late show.
I think he can win this, Dr. Turf.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's got a good chance in the Cup.
What about the run in the Herbert Power?
Well, a little bit disappointing in the Herbert Power, Slim, but he did win the Sydney Cup. Must have a chance.
Okay.
Wish you'd had a Herbert Power this morning. Poor.
Number 6, last year's Melbourne Cup winner, Black Knight. Been brought along very nicely by George Hanlon. A little bit disappointing in the Delgetty on Saturday, but too good a horse to dismiss. Got a great chance.
It says here, chance if he did his best, only a chance. I mean, what's that?
That, where are you reading that from, Con?
Oh, from the Truth. And if you can't believe the truth, what can you believe? Look over there, Slim.
Oh.
Truth hurts, doesn't it?
Sure does. Number 7, Connie.
There's lack of reason, by total lack of respect for my tips, out of any reasonable regard for my position on the panel.
Reasonable enough.
He's honest as the day is long, but who knows what that means these days with daylight saving. In fact, that's why they don't have daylight saving in Queensland.
But honesty is the best policy, isn't it, Connie?
Oh, yes.
Except, of course, when it comes to punting, because you remember that old adage, if you lose, you don't tell your wife, and if you win, you certainly don't tell your wife.
That is one of the great things about punting. It's a family sport. When Dad loses, the whole family suffers.
Yeah. Don't you ever tell Tammy when you win, Slim?
Well, I haven't really had the opportunity, Dr. Turf.
That figures.
Number 8 tonight. Number 8 is Mapley Heights, a 5-year-old mare ran third in this race last year. She put in a big run in the Caulfield Cup. And let's hear what one of the biggest men in racing thinks of Mapley Heights. Over to you, Mr. Russ Hinds.
Well, thank you, Slim, for the opportunity of making a contribution. My choice on this occasion is Mapley Heights. Back to last year, she ran third. She ran fifth in the Caulfield the other day. An exceptionally good mare. The feature on this occasion being that she's in foal to God's Walk, and this little foal will be able to boast at all times that its mother won the cup, and it was there on that particular occasion.
Thank you, Russ.
Well, good luck to all the people who are on the same thing as Russ tomorrow.
The Minister for Racing, Russ Hinds, up there in Queensland.
He looks well past his best riding weight, doesn't he?
Well, I wonder what Mapley Heights thinks of Russ Hinds.
Well, Connie, during the week, Tammy caught up with Mapley Heights down there at the Colin Hayes stables. Over to you, Tammy.
Well, Slim, 6 mares have won the Melbourne Cup, but if Mapley Heights does, she'll be the first to do so while carrying a foal. Isn't that right, Mapley? I think we'll take that as a yes. Well, Mrs. Heights, I must say you're looking in the peak of condition, but we're all dying to know who's the lucky father to be. Come on, Mrs. Heights, don't be shy. Just whisper in my ear. I won't tell anyone. Ooh, God's Walk. I hear he's all horse. And is he going to be there at the birth? He'll be off with another mare. Oh, well, that's breathing. Well, Mrs. Heights, have you been doing your exercises? Good. Well, just remember the breathing's the most important... No, Mrs. Heights, the breathing is the most important thing. And don't believe a word they tell you about the pain. It's murder. You get that vet to give you all the drugs he's got. Yeah. Well, Mrs. Heights, thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Good luck in the cup. And on behalf of Punter to Punter, I'd like to present you with these magnificent booties. Pink for the front and blue for the back. A bit each way. Back to you, Slim.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you very much. And, by geez, I wonder what they'll call Mapley Heights foal, huh?
Well, it's going to be from God's Walk, Map of God, I'd say.
Good thing they didn't send it to Tasman, eh?
You know, one thing bothers me, she seems quite nicely weighted, 53.5 kilos. That's, 3.5 underweight for age.
Yes.
For a 5-year-old mare.
Mm.
However, I think you've got to take the foal into account.
Yeah, I suppose so.
What's weight for age for a fetus?
I don't know.
I'll get back to you on that one.
It's great to see the Australian breeding industry right back on its feet. You know, I didn't think they'd ever recover from that influx of Filipino broodmares.
Yes.
No.
But back on their feet. Great to see.
Right, next we've got an interview with one of the most highly respected men in racing. Take it away, Mr. Squiggle.
Well, my tip for the Melbourne Cup is... Now, how's that? Fox seal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Squiggle.
Thank you, Mr. Squiggle. Must have
Very
lunch, son.
nice.
Actually, Mr. Squiggle used to work for Waterhouse as a penciler, I believe. Fox Seal, of course, is second in the Doncaster, second in the Metropolitan, a great all-rounder, winner of the Brisbane Cup. He's got a great chance, really.
I'm glad you mentioned the Brisbane Cup because we must point out in Victoria they race anti-clockwise, in New South Wales they race clockwise, and in Queensland they race crooked.
Very insightful, Dr. Turf.
Thanks, Lynn.
But very good chance. I think Fox Seal is, rates a big one in my book in this one.
He'll be coming home hard. Last year, $14 million was wagered on the Melbourne Cup all over Australia, and this year my brother and I have prepared a special report on how to make sure that that $14 million doesn't happen to be your $14 million. Take it, Vince.
Lay these, all on delay. 7 to do the field, 4 to 1 bar 1. On over, punters, on over. Come on, punters. This is the language of the bookies. But what does it all mean, Tom?
What it means, Vince, is pick a horse and give us your money.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I'll show you. I'll be the bookie, you be the mug punter.
Right, mate.
Mate, thanks a lot. Now, think of a number between 1 and 24.
Got one.
Double it.
Yep.
Add your hat size.
Yeah.
Subtract your IQ.
Yeah.
What do you come up with?
You got... Oh, lost it.
How about number 13, your lucky number?
My lucky numbers come up, beauty.
All right, how much you want to bet?
Just 2, I think, Con.
200 on number 13 at 5 to 1. That means if it wins, you get back 205 bucks.
205.
No more bets, Benny. They're racing. And number 13 shot to the front. Oh, he's got to win this.
13.
Oh, no,
Go
it's been
13.
pipped on the post. Bad luck, Benny. You had it to win.
I did?
Yeah, you should have backed it each way, Vince.
Oh.
Now you're down. So you're going to double your bets to get back up.
Oh, couldn't we use matches, mate?
You can't build a house out of matches, Vince. So it's 400 to win on number 13 at 10 to 1, which means if it wins, you get 410 back. They're racing, Benny, and number 13's out in front. He's going to win this, or he's 10 lengths in front. He's won it.
Go, Gertie, I'm a winner, I'm a winner.
Protest. Second against first.
What?
Protest upheld. Oh, bad luck, Vince. That's racing. But you've had a sniff, haven't you? You want to have another go, don't you? What do you got left?
All I've got's me rent money, Con.
That'll do, mate.
Look, how about I be the bookie, you be the smart punter?
Oh, whatever you like, Vince. There you go.
Lay these, all eggs are laid, 5 to 2 the time.
Hey, mate, what odds number 13?
100 to 1, mate.
I'll have $20 on.
That's 2020 on number 13.
They're racing, Vince.
They're racing now with only 300 metres to go. It's number 7 in front by a short up to number 1, followed by number 4. And as they approach the process, 7, 1 and 4.
But here comes number 13.
And here comes number 13 with a dream run on the rails. It's number 7, it's number 13, it's number 7, it's number 13, it's number 7.
It's number 13.
It's number 13.
That's $2,000, show me, Vince.
Hey?
That's racing. This is Con.
And Vince.
At Flemington.
For punter to punter.
And doesn't that go to show that two half-wits don't make a conversation? Number 10, the good Sydney horse, Silver Award, came right back into cup calculations with a strong win in the Dalgety on Saturday. Is a young stayer, but I think he might find it a little bit tough for him at this stage, Slimmy.
I don't like greys. One for the pensioners. Con.
Well, I was just wanted to show you here that this is what you can do with your losing tote ticket. So you can make nice big ringlets like race 8, Saturday, Silver Award, 100 units.
Oh, geez, that's the thing that won the Dalgety, isn't it?
1,100 you've just done there, son.
Well, of course, not everybody's come down for the cup to win money. Some of them have come down to just generally have a good time, and for no particular reason at all. Tammy Whittle caught up with two such people out there at Flemington.
Thank you, Slim. Well, here I am outside the Punter to Punter VIP marquee, where I've just arranged an exclusive interview with two top interstate guests. With me now are Ray Forrest and Morning Dog, and they're representing the Nippin Turf Racing Club.
The most peaceful racing club on earth!
Yeah, right, but we've been getting really good vibes here at Flemington, Tammy.
Yeah.
Here, you want a drink?
Oh, yes, thanks for that. Oh, that's not champagne.
Nah, it's bong water.
It's better for you than champagne because it's naturally aerated.
Right.
Now tell us, how does the racing scene in Nimbin compare with the racing scene down here in Melbourne?
Well, Tammy, you know what? Down here at Flemington, all the horses race around in an anti-clockwise direction, you know?
Oh, yes, and in Nimbin all the horses race in a clockwise direction.
No, we just let them wander around wherever they like.
Horses have got to be free.
Right. We never even got a winner in the last Melbourne Cup, Tammy.
Because none of the horses wandered across the finish line.
No, because all of the horses returned a positive result to their drug test.
Now tell us, do you have any tips for the Melbourne Cup?
Oh, well, yeah, Tammy. Last night I dreamed the winner of the Melbourne Cup.
Quick, tell us, who was it?
Oh, I don't know, I forgot when I woke up.
But they're the most important dreams, Tammy, you know, the ones you forget when you wake up.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to be really spewing when it comes in.
Yes, I bet you will, especially after all that bombing.
Yeah! Good one, Tammy.
Well, thank you, Rainforest, and thank you, Morning Dove.
Back to you, Tammy. Number 11 is Sprightly Native, a 4-year-old horse, 53 in the Melbourne Cup, and he won the Metropolitan, but it's interesting to note that not many Metropolitan winners go on to win the Melbourne Cup, Dr. Turf.
I think more to the point, Slim, that Cup winners run dead in the Metropolitan.
Pardon?
They run dead.
You're suggesting that there could be something crooked?
No, not crooked. I wouldn't say that. I mean, that sure, there's race fixing and horses are drugged and jockeys murdered and trainers had their throats cut, but I wouldn't call it crooked. It's a bit strong language, that is, isn't it?
Not to mention television tipsters getting their knees broken. I don't think he can win the Melbourne Cup, and I don't even know why we're talking about him.
Which brings us to number 12, Con. Tristark.
That's right, Tristark. Now, this horse has had a blue ribbon run up here into the Melbourne Cup. He's won the AJC Derby. He's won the Underwood.
She's a mare, Con.
She.
When I say he, I know I mean she. He's won the Caulfield Stakes. She's won the Caulfield Cup, and she deserves to win the Melbourne Cup for mine. But mares do have a bad record in the Melbourne Cup, don't they?
Well, yes. I think Light Fingers was the last one, and Leilani couldn't win it back in '74, so I can't see Trish Stark winning it. No.
Well, I think that she can. She's got $700,000 worth of prize money plus. And Trish Stark was capably ridden by Wayne Treloar in the Caulfield Cup. He's going for the big Cup stubble. Trevor Marmalade caught up with him. Over to Trevor.
Thanks, Slim. Here we are now with Caulfield Cup winning jockey Wayne Treloar. This man has arrived. Wayne, how you going this morning, mate?
Good, thanks, Trev.
Come down here for a glass of champagne after track work?
Yeah, I've had a couple.
Had a couple, look like it too, mate. Trish Stark, can she pull off the big double?
Hope she can. She's done all right since the Cup, so, you know, just hope for a bit of luck and hope we get the big one.
And Wayne, what do you think will be hardest to beat in the Melbourne Cup?
I reckon Kiwi will be about the hardest. I've seen a video on its run over in New Zealand, and it was a good run, so it'd be the hardest. I suppose the other mare, our Sophie, would be pretty hard to beat, and late show.
All right, Wayne Treloar, thanks very much.
Thanks
Back to
very
you,
much.
Slim.
Thank you, Trevor.
Little Wayne Treloar, and racing was invented to give little people something to do. Number 13, what a nuisance in the Melbourne Cup. Real good stay on his day, this horse. Nice run in the McKinnon on Saturday, and he has won over the 2 miles. Got dicky legs, but been brought along very nicely. Got a great chance, I reckon.
Well, it's got one dicky leg, but what a nuisance can stay all day, so be wary about inviting him round for lunch.
I think the lovely thing, one of these lovely things about racing here, you know, the owner is going to donate 10% of the prize money if the horse wins the Cup. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, that's nice.
Of course, if it loses, he's going to send the whole horse to Ethiopia.
Very nice.
Now, losing your dough to the bookies isn't the only way you can lose money at the racetrack. Punter to Punter's resident criminal, Johnny Stone, has prepared this special report.
Oh, g'day. Johnny Stone here for Crime Beat. Now then, viewers, tomorrow, when you go to the track, you want to make sure that you leave with more Bugs Bunny than you started with, right? So all you got to do is go with your luck and keep your mince pies peeled for the dips. You know, the dips, otherwise known as your common pickpocket. Now, it's real easy to pick these criminal types at the track. They're usually little sort of ferrety blokes, you know, with beady mince pies, a couple of cuts on the satin lace maybe, you know, not to mention the odd transfer on the German brass band. Now, there's 3 kinds of dips to watch for. There's the Hong Kong version, as I've already demonstrated. Easiest right now, traveller's checks, I'll tell you what. Then there's the New York version. That's where they carve out a third mince pie right in the middle of your scone, right about there. Very messy, very messy. Now, for your money, I mean my money, you can't go past the local version. It takes years of training, practice. And when it's done properly, it's like watching an artist at work. I'll show you how it's done. Watch this. Excuse me, old diamond. You dropped your wallet, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate. Good on you.
No worries. Nice to be nice. Well, who needs a chatty old wallet and a driving licence with some other pineapple's head on it anyway, eh? Honesty is the best policy in this day. Last race already? Well, I better hit the toe now over to the car park and pick up near and far before the filth lob. Now where's my bloody car key? Here we go. Driving a Jag today. Well, good luck tomorrow, viewers. This is Johnny Stone for Crime Beat saying, see you in court.
Thank you, Yoni. We're going to skip over a couple of horses here because they haven't got much of a chance. Number 14, Dwayneette's Girl, ran like a crab at the Valley last week. It's been a long time since the crab won the Melbourne Cup, so I suppose its turn might be up, I guess.
I'm allergic to crustaceans. Actually, speaking of crustaceans, I've got the Hong Kong Cup here. I don't know whether I showed you that before.
No, how do you know it's the Hong Kong Cup?
It's got Hong Kong written on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, so it has, yeah. Number 15 is our boyfriend. He's the 7-year-old gelding. We're gonna give him the flick too. He hasn't got a prayer, really, has he?
Oh, he's a leader. He will lead in the race, and a leader. They've got to run him down, Slim.
Yeah.
Yes, he ran a great second in the Dalgety. What did you think he was running the Dalgety?
Well, he boxed on very well. I think if he loses the Melbourne Cup, he'll go home in a box, though.
And I bet there's a few young girls out there who'd like this next bloke to be their boyfriend. Take it, Molly.
Well, thank you, Punters. My tips for the Melbourne Cup is first, Late Show, because I'm always late for every gig I go to. Second is Black Knight, the winner of last year's Melbourne Cup, because I still think that Prince and Michael Jackson are pretty hot items on the world charts. And third is What a Nuisance, because it's always a nuisance to listen to Punter to Punter, because they always give you the wrong tips. And as an outsider, I reckon our girlfriend, because I reckon the panel know a lot about fillies. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Molly, and it's our boyfriend, not our girlfriend.
Speak for yourself, Slim.
Number 16, Sir Zephyr. Been very disappointing, this horse, because, of course, he did run second in the AJC Derby, I think, last time.
Yes, the AJC Derby,
but, very, very poor run in the McKinnon and the previous run.
Not good.
I think maybe he'd make a decent hurdler. That's about all that's left for him.
No, he's a stallion, Dr. Turf. And have you ever seen a stallion across the jumps?
No.
There's that old familiar da-dunk, da-dunk, da-dunk.
I must say, I think that jumps racing's come along in leaps and bounds over the last few years.
The good thing about jumps racing is it keeps meat prices down.
Yeah.
Which brings us to number 17, Irish Lord, 5-year-old gelding. A powerful run in the Dalgety, I must say, Dr. Turf.
What do you mean, powerful run? He had a lovely trail behind the leaders, and as soon as the pressure was applied, he spat the bit out.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe I was looking at a different horse. Maybe a different race.
Yes, I think you're from a different race.
Thank God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most well-bred racehorse owners in Australia would have to be the shadow leader of the Liberal Party, Andrew Peacock, and Trevor caught up with him. Trevor?
Thanks, Slim. Well, here we are on Derby, talking to another interested racegoer, Andrew Peacock. How are you, Andrew?
I'm very well, but you're very excitable today.
And how are your fortunes today, mate?
Not too bad, but punting well in Sydney, not so well in Melbourne.
Uh-huh. And you've had a chance to have a look at some of the Melbourne Cup horses? What's your tip?
Yes, although I've got to say, this year the New Zealand disease has taken over and a lot of the fancy candidates are not running on a Saturday.
I hope you haven't caught that New Zealand disease, mate.
Oh, no, that's indescribable. It only relates to horses and they're not running them today.
So, what's your tip?
Well, as we talk now, it's in 3. So you can take a box trifecta if you like and you can't miss. Black Knight, Our Sophia and Tristo.
Black Knight, Our Sophia and Tristo. And any other advice for the punters?
Yeah, go easy. It's going to be a hard Melbourne Cup.
And remember, punters, Andrew Peacock says, when you're going down to have a bet, make sure you get the numbers right. Thanks, mate.
Do you still put Conservatives in your jam, Slim?
Connie, what are you doing?
I'm just having my play lunch.
Can I have some?
No, you can't. There's no such thing as a free play lunch in this world.
But look, you shouldn't be eating lamingtons on the panel here anyway.
They're not lamingtons, they're Flemingtons.
Number 18.
Asking for a free perk.
Number 18 is Koiro Corrie May, a 6-year-old mare, 51.5 kilos in the Melbourne Cup. Loves a bog, and it was a bog track she did win on out there at Geelong.
Yeah.
If it rains, spare a thought for this mare.
If it rains, Koiro Corrie May.
Which brings us to number 19, Dr. Turf.
Yes, Slim, number 19, Dusky Legend. Better run last time in the Werribee Cup, but he's only won one race in his life, and I really can't see him doubling his tally here.
Hasn't got a prayer in this. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Yes. Dusky Legend is a battler, and there is a battler in the Melbourne Cup every year, so that we've got someone to feel sorry for. Trevor Marmalade caught up with one such human interest story during the week. Trevor?
Thanks, Slim. Well, here we are now with former crack apprentice, the hoop with the hands of lead, Titch Dunham. G'day, Titch.
G'day, Trev.
And Titch, you don't have a ride in the Melbourne Cup. Why not?
Right, Trev. Right. The scourge of the racing industry. Put a lot of top jockeys out of racing, Trev.
Well, Titch, let's have a look at the riding style that made you famous in the Riverina.
No worries, Trev. Whoa! Whoa! I said whoa!
No, Titch, not how you got 6 months, how you got famous.
But I haven't got me battery with... All right, I'll give it a go anyway, Trev. Go, you mongrel! Go! Go! Go!
So, come on, trainers. If you need a strong rider for your cup fancy, get in touch with Titch.
Go!
Back to you, Slim.
Thank you, Trevor. Number 20 in the Melbourne Cup, Phil D. Roy. 5-year-old stallion, Phil D. Roy.
Excuse me, that is Fille de Roi, you Palestine. It means, would you sleep with me tonight?
No, thank you. No.
Absolutely no. Cafe.
And Phil de Roi, it's good to see he's in the Melbourne Cup. He almost didn't get a start, did he?
No, he just snuck in at the last minute, Slim, with the prize money.
But a great win in the Herbert Power, fabulous win in the Werribee Cup, and it's good to see him in. I think he can win this.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Well, I doubt it too. Yeah, now.
I definitely think he can win. I've gone for in the... no, I haven't. Number 21 is Our Sophia. Now, here's a horse that hasn't got a pair. It came second in the Caulfield Cup, second in the Caulfield Stakes, second in the Grand Prix in Queensland. I don't know why it's not racing in Adelaide at the moment. But he's a mare. He's a 4-year-old mare. Mares have got a very bad record.
He's a 4-year-old mare. Unbelievable.
She's a mare. Actually, I thought Our Sophia was the sequel to House of Blood. Our Sophia, with me? With me or against me?
Against you.
Against you.
Well, I don't know about Our Sophia. I know she meets Tristark on better weight terms, but I think that Tristark is the better horse. Now, what do you think, Dr. Turf?
I'm a lot more concerned about the way your head's going from side to side, Slim. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I don't think Our Sophia's got a chance. What do you think, Docky?
I think she's got a fabulous chance.
Oh, well.
I think she's beautifully weighted, and I know mares haven't won many Melbourne Cups, but I think she might be the one for it.
Oh, well, it's difference of opinion. You say pyjamas, I say pyjamas. You know, we're different people, aren't we? Quite obviously.
Imbecile.
Yes,
yeah, I'm
all
with
the
you.
same. I know what you mean. Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, the Melbourne Cup, of course, we're talking about isn't just a Melbourne Cup, it's a national event. And we're going to cross via satellite to our Sydney correspondent, Mr. Elwick Eddy. Hello, Elwick.
Good evening, Slim, Con and Dr. Turf and turf speculators right round Australia. Yes, this is the cup that brings the nation together.
And what is the Sydney point of view of the big one, Elwick?
Well, Con, this spring Sydney horses have been far better than Melbourne ones. You've got Shankill Lass, you've got Drawn, you've got Handy Proverb.
You got 30 seconds, Elwick.
Not to mention Rising Prince, the Bathurst bikie that made a Milpera massacre out of your Cox plate. No doubt, this year the Melbourne Cup winner will have outstanding Sydney form.
Like Maggie Tabra, Elwick.
Yes, Con.
Elwick, what was the last Sydney Cup winner to win a Melbourne Cup?
Probably Carbine.
In?
1890.
Oh, fabulous strike rate, once every 95 years. Great.
Well, let's face it, what self-respecting New South Wales trainer would want to go to Melbourne anyway?
One who lived in Bathurst?
Viewers, the Melbourne Cup is a 2-mile midweek handicap run interstate.
Oh.
If you must have a bet, perhaps the best runs in the Sydney Carnival, where I'm a prince in the Sydney Cup and Silver Award in the AJC Derby.
Where exactly are you getting this information from, Elwick? From your little mate up in Sydney? We don't have little mates down here in Melbourne. We have big mates. And if you keep incinerating that your horses are better than our horses, our big mates are going to go up to Sydney and thump your little mates.
Well, the Melbourne handicap has already thumped Silver Award with 52.5 kilograms, but he's got Mick Dittman on board, and aren't the Sydney jocks proving so superior, eh?
Dittman? He's been known to fall off the toilet.
I've done that. Yeah, by the way, Elwick, have they finished that Harbour Bridge yet?
Yes, Con.
Well, why don't they take the scaffolding down?
And stick a bit more of it on top of your art centre.
You leave our art centre alone.
Yes.
We did.
Talk about the Melbourne way of going on. Race fans, I've selected Silver Award to beat I'm a Prince and Rising Prince.
Thank you very much, Elwick Eddy. And isn't it great to see the Melbourne-Sydney hatchet buried for all time?
Yeah, there is no rivalry between Melbourne and Sydney, Slim. We don't like them and they don't like us.
Clearly understood, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
Number 22, Under Oath, an improving young stayer, raced into cup calculations with his good third in the Dalgety. But like the rest of the panel, I think he's a little bit immature this year.
Yes, he did just scrape in on the prize money clause with that third in the Dalgety the other day. I think he should race at Christmas, then he might scrape in on the Santa Claus. Anyway, you've got somebody interesting to interview,
Yes,
haven't you?
I've got a very important interview with a man who sits on the Queen's bed.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Your Highness, what's your tip for the Melbourne Cup?
Anybody else got any questions?
Your Highness, a tip for the Cup, please.
I'm not answering that question.
Oh, gutless.
Who do you represent?
Punter to punter.
I might have guessed.
Well, Your Highness, is it true that your father-in-law lost India in a card game?
Oh, come off it. Look, if you're going to talk about that, I'm leaving.
Thank you. Sorry.
Really? A bloke
should be ashamed.
A bloke goes out of his way to talk to, and you can't even ask him the right questions. You're disgusting.
Yes. You know his sort. Classic case of overbreeding.
Yes.
Number 23 in the Melbourne Cup is Tripsicum, a 4-year-old stallion trained by J.P. Gaffney.
Oh, J.P. Gaffney. What, the smartest man ever to come out of Kilmore. Big field.
Former Tasmanian galloper. In fact, he was bred over there in Tassie.
Oh, yeah. As they say in the members' ring down in Hobart, gimme 4.
Hey. And, Connie, how do you spell Tripsicum?
You stick it in a paddock and give it time to adjust. I'll be certainly having Tripsicum in my 24.
24.
24. Are you having a 24 box trifecta this year in the Cup?
Oh, yes. How much is that, Docky?
24 times 23 times 22, that's 1,104.
Got your pocket calculator with you?
Yeah, no, I know how many pockets I got.
Divided by 2 is $6,072, Connie.
Oh, I hope I will win in the race before.
Yeah, you can get 500 to 1 on that happening.
Let's go now to Sydney, where Tammy... no, it's Canberra, actually. Tammy has got the Prime Minister, I believe.
Yes, it would be Canberra.
Thank you, Slim. Well, right now I'm with the most unpopular man in Australia. How does it feel, Bob?
Well, I can't win the America's Cup every day, can I?
That's right, Bob. Now, what's your tip for the Melbourne Cup?
Well, look, that's a hypothetical question, Tamara. After all, it is a major issue confronting all Australians, and it does require an even-handed approach. On the one hand, you've got 24 thoroughbreds trained to the minute, and on the other hand, you've got 4 fingers and a thumb.
Just give us your tip, Bob.
Well, I guess I'd have to go for this hawk thing.
Well, there you have it, Bounty Hawk.
I like it.
It's scratched.
Number 24 is Butternut by Roasted Nuts, so the butter makes it better. And I think this mare's got a great... How did they do that? God, that makes my dinner come up a bit. Butternut, I think it's got every chance in this. It's won the Moonee Valley Cup, and I think it will win here today. In fact, it's my tip, but I won't tell you that yet.
Not a prayer, Comarasco. Well, that's the 24 runners in the Melbourne Cup, but time's a-wasting and our phantom calls are waiting, so let's head off to our box, boys.
Let's go. Forward, ho.
Where's Con? Coming. Where's my watch? Good luck, boys. This is the big one.
Break a fetlock, Slim.
The runners are milling around behind the stalls.
The New Zealand runners are moving up now.
There's the Tasmanian Tripsicum waiting to be called up.
Black Knight moves in. White Queen to Bishop 3, check.
Hello, Fox Seal's broken loose.
Oh.
They're all in now, bar Mapley Heights, who's having a bit of trouble.
I think she's about to drop it.
Yes, I can see the foal's head poking out.
But the barrier attendants have pushed it back in and she's ready.
The light is flashing.
And it better stop that or it could be arrested.
The starter's mounting his platform.
And if he doesn't stop that, he could be arrested.
And the law's on its way.
And they're racing in the Melbourne Cup of 1985.
Gary Honey jumps well.
Doesn't he?
And late show won't be starting until after midnight. Now it's Roy in the lead, his nose lobbing along a length in front of his tail. Our boyfriend is enjoying a good position. I think it's the missionary. Over to you, Con.
Thank you very much, Slim. And as I try and sort the runners out from where I see them, there's one out in front, followed by another one behind it by... I can't quite make out what that one is behind it, but it's definitely a horse. How do you tell which horse is which?
By the colours, Con.
Thank you very much, Dr. Turf. So there's a brown one out in front, followed by a black one, followed by another brown one. Next is another brown one and another brown one, followed by another couple of brown ones behind that bunch here. There's a grey one, thank Christ for that. And I have to say at this stage that it's anybody's race for my mind. Docky?
You can park a truck in your mind, Con. Lack of reason shows his freckle by a length to Brunette's girl. And will you have a look at Rising Prince? How does he get it to stay up like that?
I've no idea, Docky.
So it's a good length, Rising Prince. Next comes Fox Seal outside our Sophia, inside Silver Award. Outside it is Irish Lord, who is travelling inside Tristark. And in between those runners is Dusky Legend, and outside them is Sprightly Native, who's on the other side of the fence.
But on the course, Burbridge, Butternut travelling well within herself, although I didn't think that was possible.
Then it's Koiro Corrie May in a pocket, and Conwood, you get your hand out of mine.
Sorry, Slim, I thought I was adjusting my binoculars.
Next it's Mapley Heights, who's labouring under a big weight, which has kicked again. Stand by with the boiling water. They're followed by Kiwi, who's got a long way back in the field. How could he possibly win from there? And Black Knight is a long way from home. Down, 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 down.
And as they cross the finishing line for the first time,
it's Feeder Wars Cup! Oh, I don't believe it! What a boil over! Feeder Wars won the cup and he's knocked 2 minutes off the record! Oh,
Con, you brain ache, there's another lap to go!
Oh.
And as they wheel around the turn out of the straight for the bell lap in the 1985 Melbourne Cup, it's
Feeder Wars showing the way! He's 20 lengths in front! No, make that 10! No, 3, he's gone! He's last!
And I'm a Prince has lost his position. I don't think he should have accepted that free airline ticket. And look at the jockey on Sprightly Native, he's riding like a cowboy!
Oh, he's got him hard held. My God, there's always got to be some clown that spoils it for everyone.
Serves you right.
Returning to the Melbourne Cup as we know it, and oh my God, there's a car on the track. There's 5 cars on the track. There's 20 cars on the track. There's a truck on the track.
Come on, you're looking at Ballarat Road. The track's down there.
Oh, thank you very much, Jockey. So it's a brown one out in front of a black one, and what's pink with a blonde triangle?
That's a streaker, Con.
And as she heads up for the members, she leaps the fence like a seasoned jumper, but the police have got her now on the film. What was a magnificent spectacle.
Taking up the running now, it's Mapley Heights, and will you have a look at this? She's thrown the jockey and she's dropping the foal. The foal is quickly into stride, but Mapley Heights has pinched a length on the foal. The foal cutting it down, it's Mapley Heights, the foal. But the foal's dropped out and it's all Mapley Heights.
And the race is on in earnest as Craig Din gets to work on Irish Lord. Funny, I thought he took the bus. And as they wheel around the turn into the straight, the runs are coming from everywhere. What did these horses have for breakfast?
And here comes Tristark, the mighty midget mare. I think she's got the cup stubble all sewn up.
But no, as Slim speaks, Rising Prince makes a liar of him. He's careering away. Oh, this is impressive. He's going to win by a streak.
No, he's not. He's gone. He's given in like a brick balloon. Bad calling, Con. And now it's Kiwi winding up, and as they pass the clock tower, it's
3:10.
But no, Kiwi's made his run too early. What a mongrel of a ride. Oh, do you mind, Noel Harris?
So it's Black Knight, Rising Prince and Tristark fighting it out, and the rest of them are going up and down on the one spot. But it's Black Knight kicking clear.
But Tristark goes with him.
And Kiwi joining him down the outside.
It's Tristark with the bib in front.
But Black Knight fights back tenaciously.
Kiwi comes again. What a run.
But here comes Manicato from the clouds.
And as they cross the line in the Melbourne Cup of 1985, it's
Al Sophia's Melbourne Cup, which is Dr. Dur's brilliant selection.
Second is Tristark, slim selection.
And completing the Punter trifecta, it's Con Smoky Butternut. Next is a brown one, followed by a grey one, then another brown one, some more brown ones, a few black ones, and what's white with the red cross?
The ambulance, Con.
And the ambulance has run a bad last
in the Melbourne Cup of 1985. Thank you.
Oh.
Well, wasn't that a beautiful call?
Yeah.
Oh, it was only a dream. We can't really unlock the mystery of who'll win the 1985 Melbourne Cup. Like everybody else, we'll have to wait until we look at the frame and the numbers come up.
But that was the Melbourne Cup as we see it.
And if you're going out to Flemington tomorrow, hey, let's be careful out there.
Tristark to win the Melbourne Cup for my mind.
Butternut for mine.
Our Sophia for mine.
And remember, we're not encouraging you to gamble.
We're encouraging you
to bet.